Hannah, Matt, I mean, these conversations have been ongoing for months now, at least since the beginning of the year. And these asylum seekers have only been asking for housing for at least 2 months. They say that if they would have had housing, if the city of Seattle would have stepped up, then we probably wouldn't be here today. In fact, we're just seeing the city of Seattle employees pull up this very second to continue these conversations with the owner and possibly pay up for the current stays. And now we're learning they may be evicted as soon as tomorrow, unless things change here within the next few minutes. In solidarity, asylum seekers are raising their voices alongside Eli Min, owner of the Quality Inn in Kent, calling on the city of Seattle.
I've built relationships with a lot of families, met and played with their children. They've told me their history and their travels from their countries to here.
He stepped up, housing refugees on and off since January. Their funding has run out multiple times, forcing them back out on the streets, or better yet, camping at Palo Burnett Park just last week.
Traumática.
A situation Mayualidad Alvarez, a single woman from Venezuela, tells me has been traumatic, impacting children the most. With more than 200 people out in tents, neighbors in the Leshai community raised health concerns.
The city of Seattle contacted me, made a verbal agreement to house these families at my hotel.
The agreement was for at least 40 rooms, housing families with small children through July 1st. Eli says because of his relationship with the asylees, he was flexible. He trusted the city of Seattle and expedited the process, getting folks out of the park and into shelter without having a contract in hand or signed.
Now that they've gotten them out of the park and into the hotel, they have totally switched up that agreement and is not honoring what they told me originally. I feel used, I feel manipulated, and I especially just feel terrible for these families.
Without a contract, there's no money. Unfortunately, refugees will have to be evicted. Mayualidad tells me she's disappointed. It all feels like false promises.
I'm just going to be transparent. They want to pay for one day as soon as possible, whether that's today, tomorrow, or early next week.
Eli says the city is now in talks of a new contract that would only run through Monday. I reached out to the city, who says they're committed to funding hotel stays for 45 families through June, but it may be at a different hotel. A possibility asylum seekers are not happy with, as Jonathan, a Congolese seeking asylum, says they're counting on the city to make right on their promises to Eli. I did reach out to the city, and they say that they remain committed and that housing will be provided. As you guys heard, these asylum seekers do not want to leave the city of Kent because this is where their kids now go to school, and this is where they've since become a community. Again, city leaders just pulled up to this Quality Inn in Kent, and these conversations will continue. We're going to keep you posted as we continue to learn more. For now, live in Kent, Alejandra Guzman, Fox 13 News.